What's up guys, it's Talon here. In today's video we're going to be taking a look at how you can improve your solo cash cup performance by analyzing NA West Pro NoahWPlays and how he dominated the solo cash cup, winning 5 games in a row. But before I get into this VOD review guys, if you do enjoy my content or find what I'm telling you helpful, please drop a like on this video, hit that subscribe button, and turn on post notifications. Also, if you wish to support me in another way, use code Talon.fm in the Fortnite item shop, #ad. But without further ado, let's just jump right in. Alright guys, as you can see on the screen we have NoahWPlays POV. This is going to be a VOD review of the first round of the Solo Cash Cup where he wins an incredible 5 games in a row, and I believe that's going to tie a record for NA West, and again 6 being the most with Malabuka, but that is incredibly impressive since it was all in a row. We're going to take a look and see what he did here. First game landing Camp Cuddle. Good right here. Right hand peek as well. At significant health advantage. Now this is a little bit scuffed. I'm going to talk about just kind of an awareness why you see him kind of spraying there. The heavy shotgun is very unreliable up close a lot of the time, especially with the hip fire. So just trusting his aim, something that maybe if you're not that comfortable with the heavy, using just kind of the spray meta, even with an MK, trusting your aim.
This kid is down barbecue.
Good stuff right there. Piece control, as you can see.
Jeez, the heavy shotgun is actually useless. Oh my gosh.
Not a big fan of the heavy shotgun. He actually is going to finally get a hit with it here. And then he just walks right through, abusing the stinger.
He just lapped on the other guy too, so let's lap on
4
you too.
eliminations. Misses the pump shot there.
Of course I missed the pump shot, but it's fine.
Now this is something I was a little bit surprised. 6 kills. Look at his materials. Look at his movement. Didn't truly need to push this. Misses. But because the opponent was so weak,
good job trying to go for
not going to hurt to get those extra mats. Good use of looking of his head before padding as well, and you're going to see him get to front side. He is a master of low ground, is what I'm going to say. He plays low ground incredibly well throughout. Look at this, catching this opponent, perfect timing. Using his pads before Spider-Man, I like that. He's going to get up here immediately and just recognize this is going to be a free lobby if he gets height up here. Challenge this guy off, make him just kind of sit back and heal, and then just build up. And he's not going to relinquish this high ground the entire time. And it's just a very intelligent use of the launch pads. He has 20 spider charges, hasn't even had to use one.
Wow.
And you're going to see him just beam the whole lobby off height. And that was, he said buff SMG. And you know it was very technical, a good round when he has 20 Spider-Man charges and doesn't use them at all. Full piece right here. Off spawn, very good, very confident. I love the decision to tarp for this. Now you're going to see, look at his splashes, 12 splashes. He's doing such a good job of just being very, very careful, even though there's a lot of pressure. He goes, okay, you're pressuring me, armored wall, and immediately stops. He's going to be able to get all this stuff, and what he's going to actually do is bait it. And you're going to see him do this throughout. He even does this in endgame, baiting loot. Now we finally see some use of the Spider-Man because we don't have pads. 100% worth right there, and I love him not pushing that opponent right there even though he had the wall. Here he kind of steps on the brakes a little bit more. And then again using pads before the use of Spider-Man. I like that strategy. I think that's definitely the most optimal.
There's like a bunch of loot right here.
Good recognition too. There's a lot of loot right there. He doesn't really need it. You're going to say that, but
like, why not?
You know, take what you can get when you can get it. And then again, use pads before Spider-Man. Now, I like this attempt here. He has near cap mats. Going for height would be good. But I like the fact that he immediately gives it up here. Sorry, guys. There was an ad. Let's continue. I was a little bit surprised he didn't use Spider-Man and kind of just push this fight. But he eventually tarps in, creates a lot of space in mid-zone. And now we see that Spider-Man getting ahead. This is textbook Spider-Man. Again, though, one thing that I was a little bit surprised here early on is that he was just using mats to tarp in. And I think that's due to his layer choice. His layer choice is very low. And it's really hard to use Spider-Man optimally. He does a good job of it here. But you're going to see a lot of the times with him being on low ground. Using Spider-Man was a little bit difficult. He had to waste some charges. But he gets all the way ahead.
Full refresh on
but, again, look at his mat usage. 5-3-1. And he got a good refresh there as well. 17 people in this little zone as well. So a really, really good amount of opponents. Look at him just maneuvering the low ground. The biggest takeaway is how to play low ground from this spot view. He does it constantly throughout. One take, sprays through, good right-hand peek angle, gets another refresh, continues to stay ahead. He has, I will say though, he does have chili chugs, splashes, and Spider-Man, I believe, every game. Now, this is something I was a little bit surprised at as well. It's a 1v1 situation. Look how many heals he has, 7. There's almost zero reason to go challenge for this. You could almost play heal off here and then Spider-Man in if you needed to.
Let's go! Another win! Give me that
Gets
kill.
his second win. Look at this, just 2 free eliminations. Love this mid-zone key as well.
Let's go.
And you see all the space he creates with all those extra mats. He gets another beam. And then he's going to see him just get more of those chili chug splashes. Good job right there. As you see him looking before he pads. Good recognition. He has the wall.
Oh,
And this is where I say Spider-Man gets a little bit weird when you use it in these kind of low ground situations. It's just not really the most...
Bro, right? That's all I ask.
It's not the most optimal when you're on low ground, so... But you're going to see him use it properly here, get to front side, and again, play these low layers. Play as low as he possibly can. And I feel like you can play low ground when you have a good amount of mats effectively. Like, I understand a lot of players, and the reason why is because players drop down to low ground when they're shambles. And you can see here, just not getting very far with the charges. Now you're going to see good use of it here. Front side, boom. Back to front instantly. Oh, I love this right here. You're going to see him bait this loot right here. I was talking about this earlier. Sitting there waiting, let people come through. Gets a fry, gets a finish because of that. Incredibly smart. So you have to be very precise with your Spider-Man when you're on low ground. But you see him just constantly overtaking low, overtaking low. Fantastic piece control. Right-hand peek as well when he does that. Gets an important refresh. Nice, clean layer. Loves that he cones his head right there, too, to the right. He tried to cone the opponent, but ended up working. But really good job of coning his head, protecting his head while he peeks. Now, only 15 builds, so we're not expecting anything too crazy, but he's going to clutch up here again. Cracks this opponent. Eats a lot of damage from up top. He's a 1v1. Make sure he reloads everything. I love that. And then you're just going to go for the 50-50. Hits a 155 shot. What a clutch shot. 3 in a row. We fast forward here to endgame now. It's not a stack for some reason. Only 35 opponents. The opponent just runs right onto the wall. He just replaced. And gets an important 5th zone refresh, your best friend. Wow, what a shot right there. I love him not committing here. Look at his mats. 4, 3, 5, and 10 splashes and 17 Spider-Man. No reason to peek that. Man, front to back. Good use of the Spider-Man. Same thing, zones at his back. He nearly picks this up perfectly. Good recognition of the other opponent.
Nice ping, bro.
Opponent gets away, but good, correct play. He's still got tons of splashes to play with. Still got Spider-Man. Opponent just gets in, and he tells him you can't jump in with a heavy.
You have a heavy shotgun, you can't be jumping in, my dude. I learned that first game.
We did not see the first game. Again, we see him constantly staying on this front side, on this low ground. You can tell that's where his preference is. Opponent just drops down after he cracks him. Gets a good siphon refresh. Again, low ground, low ground, low ground. Controlling all the space on the low ground. And he's got 8 splashes. Times that perfectly, waits for the opponent to not be looking. Free. Zen's that guy. That drops down on his head. He's just mashed for low ground now. This is really good. He's taking Storm. Good recognition, one of where zone is, but just good recognition. Yeah, I can take Storm. I have 8 splashes. It doesn't matter. To get a better position. I'm going to just keep cutting everybody off. Oh, good armored wall, too. Just doing everything so well in this low ground. This is a masterclass in the low ground. Cracks this opponent. Again, a little bit more surprised he doesn't play heal off more when he has those splashes. 4 in a row. Off spawn here. Now, most people probably don't have mats.
Yes.
Free pickup, 35. Look at him. He gets Spider-Man right into 5th.
Goodness, bro.
I love this decision. Drop down. And that ends up saving a good amount. And you see him again playing on these low layers. Not really... I only see him try to go for height once. And it did not matter. You like, oh, that nearly gets him in trouble. But with him being on the chili chugs, and then back to front, masterful job. How he saw that guy, I'll never know. I still couldn't believe he saw that guy. You see him just chilling on the low ground now. Someone just flies into his box. Just gets to a nice clean layer. He's got the wood. He's off of chili, so he can go just immediately back to front. Hard mats once he gets in on front side. Good recognition. That's what him getting ahead. He's gotten so many kills just on the backside of zone just by doing that. Has 500 builds. Man, that tarp is super clean. That solo tarp. Gets up a layer. Now, I was a little bit surprised he went right over this opponent.
I'm wasting mats.
He said he's wasting mats. That's why I was surprised. Catches his opponent shambles right here. Has about 300 builds.
Oh, it's over there.
And then still having use of the Spider-Man. Now things get a little bit risky. Gets dropped down 90. Opponent is going to end up being finished, but he has chili chug, so he isn't worried as well as Spider-Man. He's going to get a good amount of siphon mats right here. And he's just going to be the guy that's essentially the most ahead, because these guys are going to be fighting for height on backside. The opponent just drops and falls, and that's another victory royale. And you can see Ozzy antics reacting. Nope.
Because he won 5-1.
And that's really impressive coming from someone that really, I would consider a comp player more of a content creator. He goes for crown wins and pubs and all that stuff, streams, does all sorts of challenges, all this stuff. A really impressive showing. He's a grand finalist as well, and you see the skill on display, but you can see the clear game plan with NoahWPlays. It is get to low ground, dominate low ground. He did that throughout the entire tournament. Really good use of Spider-Man overall, using it constantly to get ahead, and he would just constantly get ahead of everybody and then just get free kills on the low ground on all these shambles players. An incredibly impressive gameplay from NoahWPlays. Winning 5 in a row is incredible and very hard to do, so kudos to him. Well guys, that is going to do it for today's video. I hope that you did enjoy. If you did, please drop a like on this video and hit that subscribe button, and I hope I'll be seeing you in the next one. Peace.